where me and everybody who works here spends a good part of our lives. And we love it really here. It's a cozy space. And I'm welcoming you into it this morning, and we're going to hook some rugs. So you'll know if you checked your email yesterday that I have a big launch going on today. And until May 15th, there's a sale on this new course called Lorna's Window, because Lorna had the idea and she's been after me to do it, which she's mentioned it like, I don't know, a dozen times over the years. I think that would be really nice. So I'm going to show you that today. I am going to work on my little goldenrod rug because it's coming along sweet. And I brought out all my mixed bits. And there are a few bags of messy bits on the website, the leftovers, little bits and pieces. And it's just going to be a quiet day where we're going to hook. And I'm going to tell you something that my friend Stephanie said to me yesterday that I thought, okay, that was really interesting. So remind me about that. And then maybe you can ask yourself that question, because it is a question, or you can ask somebody else that question. So let's start on the rug. So I'm using all my bits and pieces. This is the velvet that I put in there last week, and it looks really good. So I'm leaving that. I'm gonna, this is all my bits, my messy bits. So I'm just gonna pull that out and put it on my frame, because that's how I work on these rugs sometimes, is I have all my messy bits. And then I decide, okay, so what am I gonna put in here? What's going in here? And these little landscapes, I've been working on quite a few of these little landscapes, because we are going to be able to offer our retailers some larger kits, and this was the format and the size we decided upon. So I'm going to start. This is not a day where I'm going to say this rug is this way, or this rug is that way, or this is the wool you need for here. I'm just going to use what I have and left over from other projects for the rest of this one. So this is a nice big piece of Rasta. This is what I'm using here, and I'm mixing it in with that. And I don't know, is it water? Is it not? I don't know. I'm not saying that it's water, but I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm not worried about what it is or isn't. I'm just kind of making an impressionist landscape. Now this is lichen and lace, and this is a worsted weight lichen and lace. I forget the color name, but I'm going to get some worsted weight in here because I think it's going to add a nice texture. And I'm feeling the need to do certain things. I'm feeling the need to make some 8x8 rugs. I had this idea last night that I'm not ready to share, but I have this idea for this massive rug. I'm thinking about, look at this, like an old piece of jersey that's left over from who knows when. No, that's not good there, but it might be good up here. Well, I don't want to put it smack dab in the center. I'll just put it over to the edge. We don't have jersey anymore. I'm going to pull out another gray up here to go with that sort of gray velvet that I use. This is a 3-ply hand studio dyed gray. Let's get a bit of dark green cloth in here. And this is like an olivey color. No, not right there. That's not good. Maybe down here. You know, I've made a lot of courses, but it's a long time since I did a step-by-step course where I'm showing you everything that I do step by step. I think our last one might have been the sea glass collector, so that's over a year ago. So the course that we have available now is available for $79, and it is a a step-by-step course. It's one step at a time, and I hook the whole rug with you. So I know a lot of you like those kinds of courses and that you learn a lot from them. Oh, look at this piece. Now this, oh, look at that. I haven't used this for a while. This is backcountry. So I'm going to take that and see where I can work that in here. Maybe move it around a little bit, but I think it'll look good here. And I choose all the wools step by step. So it's, I think it's going to be a good course. And until May 15th, we're giving you $20 off that course. So it's a $99 course. And until May 15th, which is about 3 weeks, you can have it for $79. So, but I still feel I have, even though, you know, I was thinking like, how does a person keep coming up with ideas for courses? And I think the thing is if you're constantly learning yourself, and I am, you know, I'm not the kind of person who wants a guru. I don't want to learn everything from one person, but I like to learn from lots of different ideas from lots of different people. And I know that a lot of you are like that too. You learn from me, you learn from other people. But if a person is constantly learning, then they constantly have, this is just tan here, then they constantly have new ideas, right, to teach. And I was on my walk this morning, and I thought to myself, Deanne, most important thing you can do, besides learning new things, is the most important thing you can do is make new rugs. Like, just keep making new work. Because if you keep pushing and making new work, you're going to be learning too. So see, like just a little bit right there. And that's the kind of thing you're going to learn about in this course, just using the little bits and pieces here and there. All right. Okay. So that's enough of that area right there. My bracelet is hitting the frame, so I'm just going to lift that off. Copper always reminds me of my Uncle Don because he always wore rings, copper rings on his fingers. Okay, I got that here, but this right here, like that, just stuck right in the center, is really going to attract attention. So I got to move it around. I've got to get that color in other places in the rug so that I'm not, you know, my eye is not like drawn smack dab. Looks like a big grape in the center of it all. So I want to stretch that out a little bit. So I'm moving that along here. I'm going to go down under there. Do a little crossover. Okay. So what do we need next in here? We've got some pink. We've got some blue. Got this nice moss green. I'm going to put a bit of this in. Oh, another nice piece of rasta in my pile. And I'm going to work that upwards. Just work it in a different direction. Let's try some. This is lichen and lace. Is it evergreen or dark green? I'm not sure. It's a worsted weight yarn, so I'm going to bring some more of that in. So this was the most interesting thing that someone said to me for a long time. I was at Stephanie Allen. She works upstairs and she has Gateway Development. And you can check her out online if you want. I think it could be gateway.com or Stephanie Allen, massage therapist, Amherst. If you Google her, you'll find her website. So she said to me, someone had said to her recently that one of the questions, I don't know if she just came to it herself or if someone had said it to her, but she said one of the questions that she's going to ask her friends is, how can I be a better friend to you? Isn't that an interesting thing to ask somebody? Like, because I dropped into her house last week just out of the blue. I just dropped in. I was out on my walk, and she said, that made me so happy that you dropped in, like just out of the blue. And people don't do that much anymore. Like, probably you're one of the few people who drops into my house once in a while. And usually it's for something, right?
Yeah.
Right? But still, I thought that was a really, I think it's a really interesting question to ask ourselves. A really interesting question to ask ourselves is, what is the question we need to ask others? Like, I think that question, like if I ask my son, how can I be a better mother to you? If I ask my sister, how can I be a better sister? I mean, we think about it, but really we don't know what other people need or what other people want. We think we do. But what do you guys think of that question?
It's definitely something to think about.
It is something
I never would have thought about, right?
Me either. It's nothing I ever thought about. What do you think, Ange? I know you're like kind of bewildered there. You got that look in your face like this is too big a question for Thursday morning. I'm just holding the camera. What are you doing asking me this? Well, the question of the day is, what do you guys think of that question? Like, or have you ever thought to ask your friends, how can I be a better friend to you? How can I be a better helper? How can I be a better boss? How can I be a better employee? How can I be
better wife?
A better wife. I'm not asking that question. I already decided that. I told that to Stephanie last night because we were going through the things. But it is, truthfully, it is a good question to ask. How can I be a better partner or better wife, right? It's like an interesting question. Like, if you are a person who likes to grow and likes to challenge yourself, and I think a lot of you are, because this is like, I mean, we're a learning place, Deanne Fitzpatrick Studio. I mean, we make rugs and we make kits and whatever, but I take rug hooking very seriously as a way to learn and as a way to grow. You know, I'm not just like, if I was just like filling in colors, I would have been finished a long time ago.
Well, you take your business very seriously.
I take my business very seriously.
So,
I take my business as like an art.
So you're always trying to learn and be better and grow.
Really. Right? I want to, you know. But if you are that kind of person, and I think a lot of you are because you're here, that is a really good question to think about. What is the question? You know, what is the question? The question is, how can I be to ask the people who you surround yourself with, how can I be a better member of this group? How can I? And, you know, just all we have to do is consider the answers. Like if we ask, how can I be a better wife, Robert? You know, and he tells me, well, you could do this. I could say, all I have to do is consider it and think about it. Exactly. I don't have to do it, right?
Because it doesn't have to be a big thing. You know, it could be a little thing.
It could be a little thing. Or like, how could I be a better member of this group? Well, could you bring sandwiches to every, you know, I mean, like, that's not reasonable. Do you know what I mean? Like, but we could consider it. But I think a lot of times we get really good answers. What do you think Ronnie would say if you said, how could I be a better wife?
I don't know.
I think you're in a long marriage. You probably got it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he'd have too many complaints.
No, I don't think he would either.
Maybe he might be to cook.
But he seems to like to cook.
Yeah, no, he does.
He does, and he's a good cook. But yeah, I think in a long marriage, you would find that there probably isn't a lot, or in most of our relationships, there probably isn't a lot. But there might be something. Like, I would like my friends to ask me to do things on the spur of the moment more.
But you don't really like that.
Well, I don't mind it. I probably won't do it. But I don't like to plan.
Exactly.
I hate planning.
Yeah.
So like if
It doesn't
someone
mean
called me,
you're gonna do it every
do it.
time.
No, and I would
but-
like them to understand that
Yes.
I would like you to understand if I say no, it's not because I don't want to do what you suggested or whatever.
Right.
But I love it when someone texts me in the morning and says, "Do you want to do this?" Like Denise, my friend Denise, that's how she operates. You know, do you want to do this? I'm doing this. Do you want to do this? That works good for me, right? That's so. If anybody's listening, just text me spur of the moment. Do you want to do this? But I find it hard when people want me to plan like long-term things, like plan
Something
something
going on
for next month or 2 weeks or
Yeah.
whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like really much beyond 3 or 4 days, I'm not too interested in, because I just often find mostly what I want to do is stay home and hook or write or whatever, right? That's just who I am. And so that would be a thing for me. But so, you know, anyway, I thought that was a really interesting question. So what's our question of the day again? Our question of the day is,
How can you be a better?
well, what questions? Oh, look who's here.
I thought I'd crash your life.
Did you know that we were doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. We were just talking about husbands.
Were you?
Mhm.
Something good, I suppose.
Always.
Can we ask Robert the question? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I was talking to Stephanie Allen yesterday, and she said one of the questions that she would like to ask people is, how can I be a better friend? Right?
That's a nice thing.
I know.
I don't know if you have to ask.
No, but
Yeah.
sometimes, you just get into a routine of things and
You don't really think about it.
I don't know. You're going to be better friends to different people.
Well, that's true.
You got to get back what you give, I guess.
So the other question was, Robert,
Yes.
how could Deanne be a better wife? Is there any
Oh.
little thing, nothing major?
Yeah, we're not getting into like counseling here or anything.
I was just saying, could
Like-
be a better wife, could be a better friend, could be a better mother.
Yeah.
Could be what,
Well, a wife is a friend.
Yes.
I think that's a no-win question right there. I am not touching that one. She thinks I criticize her enough now.
Oh, you,
So I'm not
you
going
give it to
any-
me. Yeah. Yeah. You're not going to answer that.
No. Why? Do you
But
think
if a
you want me
friend-
to find something?
No,
I have
no.
to look really hard.
No, I mean, I think it's fair what you said. You don't want to go there, but I'm glad that's what you said. I feel quite relieved.
Well, we all have our strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah,
I mean,
we do.
a relationship, I don't know. You can't expect like 100% about everything that you think someone else is going to think. Can't happen. Anybody else? Any other questions? But, I mean, what the heck? What are you going to say? You don't clean the floor enough?
No, I don't. That's fair.
But,
Could be
But
something-
I just thought it was
could
an
be more
interesting
something simple than
question.
that, though.
I think it might be more of a woman's question. Like, I don't know if would men ask that question in the same way as women ask it, do you think?
what, do you think I should improve in some way or something?
No.
Is this what you're getting at? Is this what this is all about?
No, it has nothing to do with you, really. You just walked in. We didn't know you were coming.
Hmm.
But it's just, I just thought, like, Stephanie, Stephanie's smart. And I just thought that's a good question. Like,
It is a
Ja-
nice question.
it is a
but-
nice question. Like,
but
what?
I wouldn't ask anybody it.
You wouldn't
myself.
ask anyone it yourself.
No,
No. And that's what
because
I'm wondering, if it's more of a
I wouldn't
woman's
want to
question.
give something that I wasn't already giving or willing to give, or
Well, that's what we said too.
yeah,
That, like, you might not want to give. Like, it's fair. You might not want to give. And if someone asks you for something and you don't want to do it.
yeah. And then
Like you're-
kind of then the friendship might be on kind of odd grounds, sort of.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm.
Because I was thinking that because maybe your friend wants more than you.
Well,
Want
that
to
happens
give.
sometimes
Willing to.
too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of creeps you out a bit, maybe.
Okay.
Well, it just might not just be like they need more than than you can do.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think that this is a question for, like, a good friend.
What
I
what's
think.
this got to do with rug hooking?
Well, what's it got to do with rug hooking?
Yeah.
Well, I think everything has to do with rug hooking,
Hmm.
because it's, for me it does, because it's really a big part of my life. So, yeah.
It's where you think.
So I think that's a good question. What does have to do with rug hooking? And I think for me, rug hooking is an art, and art is just kind of a way of living your life. I think like living like an artist rather than, I don't know, feeling like just trying to make your life a creative life. So you think creatively. Yeah.
I think if you want to be a better friend,
Yeah.
you could just try a little harder, maybe from your side, not ask as much as,
Not expect stuff of people.
yeah, or not be expected.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you could always be better, but I mean, it's a fine line too, right? You're going to be at their doorstep every day.
Oh, you're not.
No, but maybe that's what somebody would want.
I think,
need,
yeah,
I
I think
know.
that makes me think that the question is for, like, it's not for a casual acquaintance. It's for a good friend. It is for someone who that you have a strong relationship with already and who you've been through a few things with, so you know that the answer will be.
It's a
Anyway.
good question, but
It's an interesting question,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So that's like my massage is never just a massage with Stephanie. Well, it's not even massage. It's just she does myofascial release with my arms to just take care of myself, right? I just take care of my arms.
what's the
once
name
a
of her
month.
business?
I told people earlier it's called Gateway Development,
Yeah,
or
okay.
they just Google
Might as
Stephanie
well give her
Allen.
a plug.
Yeah, she's great. Anyway, now that's about it for today, folks.
Okay,
You
I'll get out of
had a
here.
little visit.
case
Thank
you
you,
wanna
Robert. It was nice to see you.
Talk about your husband.
Special appearance.
See ya.
Oh, the mic. We want the mic back.
Sorry.
I don't do sign language.
See you, Robert. Take care. Have a nice
I
day.
haven't done a cameo for quite a while.
No, that's good. It was nice to see you.
I get a lot of requests.
For cameos.
Yeah.
So I'm almost finished this. I think by next week, I'm going to put all my bits and pieces back here.
Well,
Like,
you were starting to say earlier, last night you were thinking about something. You never did finish your
what was
stuff.
that? Last night I was thinking, I don't know now. Sorry. I do that sometimes. I don't have a rug on here. I might have to go home this afternoon and hook. So if you're in the inspiration sessions at 4:30 this afternoon, this is Friday, 4 at 4 p.m. this afternoon, Atlantic time. That's Halifax time if you want to Google it. If you're a member of the inspiration sessions, you will have been sent a link, or there will be a link in your session for our Zoom this afternoon. It's always the same link. So if you save that link, you can join us. We have quite a few members of the inspiration sessions, and we do a live Zoom. And if you're not a member, we open just a couple of times a year, and we won't be opening for quite a while, but you should watch when we open.
I also added a very easy time zone converter.
Good.
Because I know sometimes, and I myself get mixed up with time zones. So
Yeah.
if you just go in and put your location, then it will tell you what time you can view it.
I'm looking forward to seeing you, and I'm looking forward to that this afternoon. So we're going to get together. I'm going to put this away so we can finish this next week. I'm going to go show you Lorna's window. So let's go see. I'll be right back.
Angela, I'm surprised you're still at work. I thought some talent musical guy would have picked you up.
Why? Where were you, Ange?
After your performance last week.
Oh, yeah. Someone would have
right.
called. Nobody called?
Nobody called.
After you're
Shocking.
singing? It's a mistake. They don't know what they're missing.
That's right. I was singing last
We know.
night.
Were you? How come
I
you were
actually
singing?
got a compliment from my husband.
Oh.
That you had a nice voice. You were a nice singing voice.
He said you finally did something and it sounded somewhat okay.
That's good.
Because I get annoyed because I don't enjoy watching hockey.
Yes.
And Rich doesn't miss a game if he can help it. So just to be a nuisance, I will sing the Star Spangled Banner. And last night I actually looked up the lyrics. And did you know that anthem is actually a lot longer?
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
is
They
it?
just
Yeah.
sing a couple of verses?
They just sing the first verse.
Oh, I didn't know they just sang the first verse.
And man, can I belt that out?
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
And that made him happy.
Oh, no.
I know. All right. So this is Lorna's window, and I want to tell you how it works. This is a course, and it's a step-by-step how-to course. So this isn't a course. You'll get lots of creative tips and lots of rug hooking tips in it. But we start like with blue hydrangeas. I have blue hydrangeas, and I love them. And we start there and we go into the bushes, the houses, how to do the inside of the windows, the hills, the fields, up to the sea and across the bay to the back hills and the sort of little chrysanthemum sky there. So that's what we're doing. It's a complete how-to, and it's set in this frame. And we are taking orders, pre-orders for the frames, and we'll get John to make those for you if you want one. And so the idea is, Lorna always had that we would take an antique window, but we thought it made more sense to have John make us the window frame, and then you'll create the 4 designs and then you put them in the frame. So everything is set. And you can buy the whole kit and caboodle. It's all together with the kit, the pattern on linen, the frame, the course, all together. Or a lot of people I notice are opting for the course and the digital download. So that's an option that you can make the 2 things together. You can take the course and the digital download. So nothing will be shipped to you, but you'll learn with me. I don't know how many videos are in that course. There's a lot, because I go through the whole thing. It's not like I show you the little bit of the house and then it's over. No, I'm showing you everything. So it's hours. There's hours of video to make this rug. So I hope you'll join me for this course. It's $79 for the course alone. And after May 15th, it will be $99. So join me for hooking Lorna's window. And I've been thinking about doing this for years, and I just thought it would be fun and sweet, and it would please Lorna, and we even named it after her. What did you think of that?
Well,
Lorna?
it is beautiful.
You
have to
like it.
admit.
You do like it. Yeah, good. So that's it for today, folks. And remember, if you know how to hook a rug, teach someone how to hook a rug, because when you share rug hooking, you truly don't know what you're sharing. And when we share craft and beauty, as we do every day at the studio, we get to affect so many people, and it's why we keep doing what we do. That's why we do it. So thank you very much. See ya. Create beauty.